All right. We were given 2 congruent to 4, needed 1 congruent to 3. 1 true fact right now. 1 true, because I can't do much with that given until I get another one down. So 1 true fact about this diagram. Let's roll 22. Quan, another true fact. Good. Angle 2 is congruent to angle 1. Now, some of you may have 3 and 4 instead. That's fine. All right, we're going to do it the same way. All right, we're going to end up in the same spot. Why is that true, Quan? Good job. Vertical angles are congruent. Let me restate what I warned you about yesterday. Please don't put vertical angles all in a row. Okay, please don't, because you're not going to know what to do with them. Right now, stop. Look at what I've written for the givens and the vertical angles. Even if you didn't do it this way, you should still be able to give me a conclusion. 2 and 4 are equal. 2 and 1 are equal. You should be able to give me a conclusion no matter if you did it this way or not. So what is true now? Based on those 2. No more, Jonathan, no more diagram. What's true based on those 2?
Angle 4 is congruent to angle 1.
All right, you know what's going on. How'd you do that? Using what? There you go, substitution. Substitution. All right, I'm getting there. I have 4 and 1. I need 3 and 1. So hopefully somebody's going to tell me something about angle 3 coming up right now. What do we got? 23. Malik, what else can you tell me here about this diagram?
Angle 3 is congruent to angle 1.
Got it. Angle 3. I don't know that yet. That's my proof statement. 3 and 1 are my proof statements. I think you meant 3 and 3 and 4. There you go. What type of angles are they?
They're vertical.
Vertical angles. Good. We're all good? And then you finally finish this off. 4 and 1, 3 and 4. Put them together using substitution. 1's congruent to 3, substitution. You're going to see this again when you guys work in your groups on the proofs today. Substitution. Substitution. Keep this in mind. Substitution can only be used on 2 at a time, not 3 or more, 2 at a time. Okay? Here's what I mean. Something very simple, but it'll get the point across. Let's see. Angle, I'll do it this way. I'll use A. A equals B. B equals C. D equals E. Show me why A is equal to E. Ready? I think that's what I want. I have no. Let's see. That's going to be equal to that. A is equal to C. No, it's not. How about I put a C here instead? There we go. That'll make more sense. Okay, ready? I want to show you how many times you actually substitute here, because it's not once. Okay, it's not one. You can't just say step 2 substitution and I'm done. Watch. A equals B, B equals C. What do you have right here? After that, what do you have? A equals C. Right? A equals C. That was substitution, wasn't it? Wasn't it? Substitution? A equals C, C equals E. What do you have? A equals. What'd you do? Okay, am I getting my point across that, hey, it's more than one substitution? You actually had to do it twice. Right, and again, I just know what's coming up on your the work you're going to do today in your group. So just warning you there. 2 at a time for substitution. That's it. Any questions about this proof? Anything? All right, then we had a little algebra, right? So let's go over the easier one first. 2x plus 20 was DEB, and 3x minus 30 was AEC. What are these 2 angles called, and what do you know about them? June 20, Jonathan, back to you. What are those angles called?
Angle DEB is congruent to angle AEC.
What type of angles are they?
Congruent vertical angles.
They're vertical, makes them congruent. So hopefully we had 2x plus 20 equal to 3x minus 30. Solve for x. X was equal to 50. That's not one of the angles, right? That's just x. Plug it back in. Plug it back into either one. What's one of those angles measures then? And 13, Meg, what was one of the angle measurements when I plugged it back in? I take 50, plug it back in. What do we end up with? 120, which means the other vertical angle is 120. Last question. 19, Caitlin. What's the relationship between, let's just say, any 120 and the angle adjacent?
They're linear pairs.
Linear pairs makes them
Equal to 180.
supplementary. So if that's 120, the linear pair would be 60. It's 60. Questions? Oh, and then we got to the big dog, right? We got to the big one. Uh-oh, had to use some stuff from last year. Let me just get my diagram back. They use the same diagram, right? Same diagram?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I'm just going to cut it and paste it then. Okay, here we go. All right, let's roll. You guys see vertical angles, right? All right, now some of you may have started with that, 2x minus y equals y. All right, I see what you're trying to do there. Maybe you got y on one side. I see what you're trying to do there. I don't know where that's going to get me, though. All right, so here's what I did instead. And you'll see why real quick what I did. What do I know about these two angles here? They add up to 180. Everyone agree? So if I put 5x, see where the 5x comes from? 2x and 3x minus y, those two angles equal 180. Everyone agree? What do you know about these two angles? They also add to 180, right? 3x plus y equals 180. Anybody see what's about to happen right now when I try to solve these? What's going to happen? Go ahead. What's going to happen, guys?
Y's are gonna cancel.
The y's are gone, aren't they? And I'm just left with how many x's? 8x. Now here's the thing, though. You might get caught on. It's not 180. It's a 180 plus 180, so 360. Divide by 8. X should have been 45. Yep, 45. Plug it back in. Here you go. Ready? Let's plug it back in. 3 times 45. What was angle DEB? 135. And I think you guys can find all the angles from there, I hope, without even knowing what y is. Right, the vertical angle is 135. What about the adjacent angle? 45. Okay. So that was the easiest way for me to set up two equations and solve because the y's canceled out. I just don't know. This is correct. I just don't know what you're going to do with it. Okay, that is correct. I just don't know what to do with it. All right. Yes, Mamoon.
Could you also make those two equal?
Because they're both equal to 180?
Yeah.
You could. How is that? How would that? My only question would be if I set them equal. What's your next move?
So then you solve. So
Yep.
um
But the y's wouldn't cancel out though.
yeah. So at the end, so my equation was 3x plus 2x minus y equals y plus 3x, and then I did 2x equals 2y.
Okay, so you did yeah, I got you. 2x equals 2y. So then you said, oh, x has to equal y.
Yeah, and then I substituted that in.
Yeah, that's fine. I got you. Yep, that's fine. Good. Yep. Anybody else want to say anything about 3? Now, is this fair game? Sure, I'll warn you about it if I do this on a test or quiz, but definitely fair game from now on. Okay, something with 2 variables. All right, let me check your homework if there's no other questions, and we got to get moving on some practice today. Just one sheet, good. Makes it easy, quick for me to check. Just one page.
You know what kind of first name is? I forgot. One. And then our second is 5 pages.
All right, let me jump right into it.
Actually,
Before we get into today's stuff, Tuesday's the test. I think I covered this already, and I'll talk more about it tomorrow. I think it's 4 proofs, 3 algebra questions, just like your homework has been. I've already set up the review session for Monday afternoon. It's going to be at 2 o'clock, probably about 2 to 3. Up on your our classroom page, under Unit 2, if you take a look here under Unit 2, it says Reasoning and Improved Test Review Session Virtual. That's where you can get access to the link to meet. Okay, that's where you can get access to it. All right, and then it'll be up there, ready to go. Okay, I will. If you're unable to attend, it will be recorded and put on Google Classroom if you want to watch it later on at night. Serena.
are we doing more review tomorrow?
Yes, tomorrow is review in class. Correct. Yep, tomorrow is review. I get more details to you about the test, and then you guys have more of an opportunity to review. Okay. Any questions about that? What's upcoming? All right, so what are we doing today? You guys are practicing proofs. That's it. I got 5 proofs for you to do right now and an algebra question. Whatever you don't finish is for homework. Here's what I would like though. There's a little catch. You are going to work together. I know you have to communicate to each other face to face, verbally, without texting or to social media. I know, it's amazing. Maybe the first time in 16 months for some of you. You call me over when everyone in your group agrees on this is how the proof is done and here's what it looks like. Call me over, I want to look at it, then I'll let you go on to the next proof. Okay, but everyone's got to be on the same page. Don't just raise your hand real quick because you're the first one to complete it and everyone else is on step 2. Okay, so talk to each other. How do we do this proof? What's the best way? When you're all satisfied and it's all written down, somebody put a hand up, I'll come over and check it, and then you can proceed to the next one if it's good. Or hey, if your group has questions, call me over too. All right, here we go. And yes, these proofs are at the caliber of what I put on Tuesday's test.
So obviously, we gotta put the first statement in.
I don't care. Whatever, but I'm not coming over until everyone's got the same page.
Well, it's
And then for the diagram, I thought